Planet Dolan.
From polluting rivers to hilariously worded posters, we count 15 marketing campaigns that were inspired by smoking an innocuous green substance.
Number 15.
99 red balloons. Homefront, or rather, THQ, the developers of Homefront, staged a rally against the North Korean government, which totally made sense considering the game was about North Korea taking over America. The rally ended with 10,000 helium-filled balloons floating off into the sky, shortly before bad weather deflated the balloons and landed them in the San Franciscan Bay. Basically, the end result was a bunch of crap with GameStop's logo polluting the ocean. Of course, THQ claimed they were biodegradable, but that didn't stop them from paying a crew to clean them all out before anyone could check to see if they were lying.
Number 14.
Not long before Eidos released the critically acclaimed Daikatana, a poster came out saying a lovely message on the front that upset no one and made everyone seem more excited for the release. Well, not really. Here's what it said. John Romero is about to make you his bitch. Suck it down. I kind of understand that they were trying to insinuate that the game was going to be really challenging. But on the other hand, if that's what they were trying to go for, maybe don't run the metaphor into the ground and make it sound like a flat truth by implying a forced blowjob.
Number 13.
Scare your mum. I don't know if EA tricked these women into playing Dead Space 2, or if they were in fact actors, but I do know that mean-spirited fun isn't a good way to make some publicity. According to the news sites, EA got some mothers into a focus group to play Dead Space 2 before it was released. Then, they filmed their reactions and used it as promotional material. I appreciate the creative marketing, but maybe try and not make your company look like the sleazy douchebags that they actually are.
Number 12.
Soylent Red. We've seen marketing companies brand soft drinks and junk food to promote a game, but Capcom wanted to make it just that more authentic and decided to promote Resident Evil 6 by opening a butcher called Wesker & Son. And if you know anything about Resident Evil, you can probably guess what the meat happened to take the shape of. And no, it's not zombie dogs. They even went so far as to make faux, or at least I hope they weren't real, penises to sell for human consumption. I have no idea why this was necessary, but it just confirms that Capcom wants you to eat a dick.
Number 11.
Illegal in more places than one. Back in 2010, when they were in their prime, Zynga decided they wanted more money and that they were willing to break any law in order to get it. But they didn't cook the books or anything like that. Instead, they glued fake money to the pavement and walls of San Francisco, and once they were reminded it was illegal, they went and did it again in New York City. It's not like the money was big enough for anyone to think it was actually real, or at least not anyone smart, that is. But then again, it's not like Zynga makes its money from actually intelligent people anyhow.
Number 10.
Goat. In order to promote a God of War game, Sony held a party where there was a freshly slaughtered, headless goat that people were encouraged to eat the insides out. This is possibly the one that makes the most sense, in a weird way. I mean, I get that God of War is all about ancient Greek mythos, but if you're going for authentic, you might as well do it right. I can't imagine that eating a god's sacrifice is going to do anything positive for your life. Knowing the Greek gods, it'll probably end up with you eating poisoned goat entrails for all eternity.
Number 9.
Uninteresting. This image was released by the Indian Microsoft social media team in order to promote a zero-interest loan for an Xbox 360. I know. You're probably thinking this is a joke or something, but nope. Once the internet gladly pointed out that this was incredibly slanderous against their own brand, they pulled it down and thanked the community for pointing this out. I would pay good money to see the person's responsible's face when they realized what they had done, and I would pay even more to see their pants. From a safe distance with a gas mask, that is.
Number 8.
Faux testing. I think we can all expect a bit of outrage from the more conservative Christians whenever a game even remotely related to the Christian faith comes out. But it was a surprise when Dante's Inferno sparked an actual protest at E3. Except, of course, it was completely faked for some reason. Apart from the fact that a few sites reported on it, I can't see how this helped the game sell. And considering it didn't really do that well, especially considering its budget and lack of a sequel, I think that EA will think twice before doing something like that again.
Number 7.
Blast It. It's the one that all retro game fans have been waiting for. Blast processing was such a nonsensical piece of PR fluff that it's now a catch-all term for a made-up marketing gimmick. Basically, the term came from the fact that Genesis had just enough power to occasionally be able to draw 256 color static images, and the developer referred to it as blasting data into the DAX. So the PR company took that line and ran with it. The man responsible actually feels guilty for sparking the seed of blast processing, since it means little more than nothing. Unless you like playing static image gaming.
Number 6.
De-advertising. So you've got a game that deals with the theme of death. Hooray, you're super original! So you take that originality and you hand it off to your marketing team, and boy, do they come up with a doozy. Get this, what's more related to death than the passing of a human life? Obviously, the most logical way to advertise the game is by plastering it on cigarette packets. Just kidding. They actually decided to try and advertise on gravestones. You don't need to be a kindergarten graduate to figure out this wouldn't go down well. But then again, we are dealing with PR teams here.
Number 5.
Wrong number. It was inevitable for the marketing team to decide that a game about a virus would be called Outbreak. Another brilliant connection would be to link the organic viruses with computer viruses. So for a promotion for the game, they set up a site that would send a text to any number you put in there, telling the person they'd been infected with the T virus. Essentially, this just ended up with a bunch of people calling their providers and tech support asking how to get their virus off their phone. Yeah, great. Let's associate your game series with a software virus. Well done.
Number 4.
Mysterious packages. Quick question. If you got a random package in the mail, would you open it? What if it was a safe? What if it was a safe that beeped when you tried to open it? Ubisoft decided to send this package to a non-gaming newsroom and forgot to send a voicemail explaining what it was. So naturally, a bomb team was called in. This wasn't even marketing. It was just a stunt to sweeten the journalist experience, to maybe influence the score, and it backfired on them.
Number 3.
So stupid it almost hurts. Some people hanging outside a bar in New Zealand were surprised. And then fucking terrified when they saw a man pull out a gun in public. The police turned up and detained him. Only, it turns out that this man was an actor hired by Ubisoft, and he was there to promote the new Splinter Cell game. Needless to say, the actor almost got shot at by the police. Clearly, the person that thought of this and everyone that greenlit it shared half a brain cell, because there's no way that anyone with any sort of intelligence would do this, or at least not without a chaotic malice that would put the Joker to shame.
Number 2.
Worst names ever. This isn't so much dumb as it is cruel. 2 different companies decided that it would be a good idea to reward parents that name their child after their game. Toric and Dovahkiin. Listen, obviously some dumb, overly obsessive couple would take the bait, but it should be within human decency to not put yet another child on the planet with a name not even a gamer can appreciate. I just hope they offered to pay for some private health insurance for the kid as well, because he's going to be pummeled until he resembles a fleshy version of a dragon or dinosaur.
Number 1.
A quick death. And now, we come to the most irresponsible and insane marketing stunt in gaming history. In order to promote the new Burnout game, Acclaim offered to pay for any speeding tickets incurred on the date of the game's release in the UK. This could have actually ended someone's life. This could easily include speeding through a school zone, and those speed limits exist for a very good reason. Actually, some poor, thick sod might have crashed into a family and never got to claim the ticket. We may never know. But hey, vehicle manslaughter could make a great substitute for the next Burnout game, right? Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Oh, Danger Dolan, I love random facts about life told really quickly one after the other in a countdown. Guess what? We have a whole channel dedicated to that. Links down below.
Like animation? Have some questions about life and the universe you need answered? Come check out Super Planet Dolan. Danger Dolan and I will answer your life questions. Links are down below.